It's Thursday, the 6th of February 2020. I nearly said 2019, but no, it's definitely 2020. I finally realised the moon is in Cancer at the moment. There's been quite a lot going on in astrology as well. Let's just have a quick rundown of that. It's since the beginning of February, Mercury has actually entered Pisces, and Mercury retrograde on the 16th of February in 10 days' time is actually going to be in Pisces. Mercury is already in the pre-shadow to that retrograde as well. Venus is in Aries. Juno goes retrograde on the 8th, so we're pretty close to that. And then, of course, we've got that full moon in Leo coming up on the 9th. So things are happening, things are changing, and really that's just as well, because under the Cancer moon we've got now, this is actually quite an optimistic day, but the Cancer moon is pulling in the opposite direction to that, really. Emotions go up, people feel more vulnerable, and because of that tend to want to hide themselves away. Really that need for seclusion can be quite a strong thing, even if you're an outgoing person. When the moon's in Cancer, and it all depends on your birth chart, but generally speaking, when the moon's in Cancer, people are kind of just low-key, keeping everything down. It's a great time for caring for other people, though. I'll say that comes out, and that is a strong Cancer characteristic as well. But there are emotional difficulties, and they have a way of getting in the way of real life. Well, they are real life, aren't they, really? Let's face it. So we're coming up to that full moon in Leo on the 9th, and the moon right now is 89.2% full. So the lunar energy is very strong in the sky at the moment. Well, it's coming strongly from the sky. It's everywhere. Lovely sunny day in Wales, UK today. It doesn't look it. I've just taken that picture out of my window, but no, it's a nicer day than that. And there is a thing to do with the Cancer moon, you know, things can look worse than they really are. So there's a lot to be positive about. And the moon right now is opposite Jupiter. So that's positive. It's optimistic. People can make choices in an optimistic kind of way. The only thing is things can get a bit overblown, so you've got to hang on to that idea of reality. Mercury sextile Jupiter, well, on the face of it, you know, schooling, anything to do with education, travel, transport, communication, generally speaking, are likely to be, you know, something that they're going to be a thing, you know, things are going to come up around all those issues today. Mercury is slowing down for retrograde, so we may see some things getting quite difficult. On the other hand, it's a good time for exploring, for finding kind of pastures new into which you may want to wander over the coming weeks, and a great time for learning, actually, so that works quite positively, really. So all those things are lifting us up out of the general sort of dreary feeling and dreary aspect of the Cancer moon that we've got at the moment. And as emotional as it can be, there's a lot of compassion in the air. Venus void in Pisces at the moment, and Mercury is actually in Pisces as it prepares for its retrograde. So strong emotions are likely to come up, and they may actually drive some people into action. So a lot of the events of today are, well, they're optimistic to say the very least, but some of them are coming from, some people are coming from a very emotional place as they push that one forward. And there's a good deal of risk taking either going on or likely to go on as the day unfolds as well. Risks that not everyone is willing to support, basically, and it could be a risky time in business, could be a risky time in love. Really depends where you are, but if you're involved in either or both of those things, I would tread very carefully today. Mars void in Sagittarius. Now the full moon makes quite a strong aspect to Mars, and actually it also makes a strong aspect to two of the minor planets, which themselves are making an aspect to Mars each. So there's kind of a three-way Mars thing going on, and possibly things that individuals do in particular, but generally speaking, there's a chance of, you know, things moving progressively, but things being done in a state of panic as well. So that's another reason to evaluate things, and that's another reason to tread quite carefully as you go forward. Personal survival tends to come before cooperating with a group and being a member of a group. That, you know, that sounds like it's kind of quite good for the individual soul, but it isn't necessarily. Cutting ourselves off from the groups is not a great idea, because it cuts us off from a lot of what gives us life. Anyway, that Cancer moon, right, is not with us for too much longer. Tomorrow, Friday the 7th, it's going to be 7:43 a.m. Pacific, 10:43 a.m. Eastern, and 15:43 in the UK afternoon. About 3:45, the moon goes void in Cancer. After that, there is a time when there's not a great deal we can do that's going to be really positive. But that actually leads to the moon entering Leo and getting ready for that full moon in Leo. That comes in tomorrow the 7th, 14:45, 2:45 Eastern, 5:45 in the evening Pacific, and 10:45 p.m. At night here in the UK. So that's quite a long void, of course, going on between, well, tomorrow really, between morning and evening. So whatever you do, tread carefully tomorrow, okay? When a moon is void, success is just not assured. It can happen. It's not a negative thing to have a void moon, but it's a great time to just kind of consolidate things, look back over the past. Normally we do that with a waning moon, but with this set of alignments, and with that void, of course, in particular, tomorrow isn't a great day for attracting new action to yourself, for launching new things, anything like that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic Thursday, the 6th of February 2020. I'm struggling to remember the slightest things at the moment. I don't know. Must be something to do with the Cancer moon. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Thumbs up, please, if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Tap the bell to receive all notifications. Leave me a comment so I can kind of get zeroed in and dialed into where I'm going with this and who I'm talking to, because that really helps. And I'll see you again very soon. Peace.